So guys, I'm Wood here, so here we are at the Oculus Connect 5, and in this video I want to show you some shots of the Santa Cruz, like the new actually Oculus Quest. There's the new name, the new standalone device from Oculus, where you're gonna have the same 60OF experience like you had on the Oculus Rift, but without the need of a powerful computer or something like that. Let's get started, and as always, and we don't do this from pretty long, let's start talking about some facts. So, the Oculus Quest has two OLED display, 1600 by 1440, but more about that later. Use two Fresnel lenses as IPD adjustment, and its integrated audio. No. Okay, so Norm there is interrupting everything, so here we are back. It has integrated audio. On the bottom you're gonna see the volume rocker, and on the right the power button. Finally they moved it from the top. On the left the USB Type-C for power and maybe hoping for something more, and also seems like there's gonna be interchangeable fabric to have different colors as well, and also the face cushion is interchangeable. And talking about the strap, it uses a NARD strap, very similar to the one that we've seen already on the Oculus Rift. It also has 4 cameras on the sides for the inside-out tracking. As the controller very similar to the one that we've seen already in the Oculus Rift, but just in a slightly different shape. The Snapdragon 835, and we still don't have any information about the batteries. So let's start talking about the comfort. The Oculus Quest is slightly heavier than the Oculus Go and the Oculus Rift. Probably will be around 500 grams, I believe. This is because you have inside also the battery, the processor, and everything. Being a standalone device, of course, you can expect something heavier. They went for a design where everything is in the front, but they use a strap, a NARD strap, very similar to the one of the Oculus Rift, to of course balance everything on your face. I have to say that it's pretty balanced as a device, probably because the strap is a little bigger than the one that we've seen on the Oculus Rift. Now, on a part of comfort will be better, of course, because also the face cushion is the same of the Oculus Go, so it's really comfortable for like longer sessions. But on the other side, it's not gonna make it super portable, because being so hard, the NARD shell would be hard to put it just in a backpack or stuff and bring it around. So we have to see how they're gonna work in that solution. The headset itself feels pretty premium, thanks for the fabrics all around, and the part in front is a NARD plastic. And there you're gonna see the 4 cameras that are gonna work for the tracking. What about the device? I have to say that doesn't waggle much, but we still have a problem over there, that is the nose part, where it's a little narrower than the one that we had on the Oculus Go, on the Oculus Rift, but still you're gonna be able to see down there. And they kind of said that before wasn't really an idea, but then because people started to like the fact that they couldn't see also outside their device, while to not be super immersed but check their phone, check their email and stuff, or be ready and be always aware where they are in the room, they kind of opted to keep it a little more open to this. Personally, I prefer to be totally immersed, don't see anything else than the game, but for some people, they prefer that. So it's really a trade-off that you have to say. What do you think about it? Do you prefer to be totally immersed, or do you prefer like to always have like a little window on reality? Let me know in the comment below. Anyway, let's talk about the visual. There are 2 OLED displays. Now, they said the OLED display is 1600 by 1440 resolution, so it's slightly better resolution than the Oculus Go. But I'm not super sure about the OLED display, because they mention it, but the units that are here, they look very, very similar to what is the Oculus Go. So they really feel like LCD display. We have to investigate a little more about it, probably because we're using still prototypes, and you can see in the signature of this device, they are not like kind of perfect, so probably we're still using over here old devices that were using before with maybe cheaper unit for the screen to make it more affordable to like develop. I have to say though that the visuals are very, very good. The lenses are the same lenses that we've seen of the Oculus Go. They actually are the best Fresnel lenses out there on the market right now, and they also corrected the chromatic aberration that was on the side on the Oculus Go. And that's a really neat, because that was something that was turning me off every time on the Oculus Go. I also have to say that now, having two different displays, we don't have the visual of the edges anymore, but it's a really the regular FOV that we are used with the Oculus Rift. Screen door effect, of course, is still there, even though the resolution is a little better, but it's not super noticeable as it wasn't super noticeable in the Oculus Go. And the dot rays are completely gone, or pretty much gone, but we're gonna see more when you're gonna have it hands-on with the through the lenses video, so you're gonna be able to see better every single detail of the image and judge by yourself like we are really used to do in that series. We also have to say that the display seems like to be 72 Hz and on the 90 Hz, and that's something a little weird because after playing Dead and Buried I was kind of feeling weird, and that's where I noticed, and then I had the confirmation also from some devs and stuff, so it's not gonna be as smooth as the Rift. It's gonna be an experience similar to the one as visual we had on the Oculus Go. Now we have to see if this is gonna create problem in most of the people that are prone to motion sickness, because of course having a lower refresh rate, this is gonna create a little problem. Overall, I have to say that the visuals are very good. I really enjoy it, and for the game we tried, they didn't need so much computing power, so it was very similar to the experience that we had on the Oculus Rift. Like Super Hot VR was pretty much looking the same, and even in a part when you take out, like you get back in reality in the game, everything was looking very good. So I think that for those kind of games, if they are developed in the right way, it's gonna be really easy to port the games, and that is such an interesting and important thing, because if the devs are not gonna jump in the platform, then there's gonna be a problem, people are not gonna buy it, and then everything is not gonna work. But then really confident that that's gonna happen indeed. Talking about the audio, it's an integrated audio, and it's kind of better than the one that we had on the Oculus Go. At least they're saying like that. They're saying that there are more bass. There's something that you can't really prove in the floor like this one, because there's a lot of noise, as you can hear right now, and you know, are not occluded, so you're able to hear everything around you as well. And the volume wasn't so high, or at least the ambient volume was too high to really feel like just immersed in the game every time. But I have to say that the audio was good. I really enjoyed the audio on the Oculus Go, so if they had the way to improve it, this can be just an amazing thing to know, and I can really wait to try it at home, so to see really what are the real improvement for that. And talking about the software, when you press the Oculus button on your controller, you're gonna get pretty much the same software of the Oculus Go right now. Now, we don't know if that is something final or not. Of course, they're gonna develop that in a different way, but there's something that we can't really know right now because they didn't tell us anything. Of course, the release is gonna be in spring, so we have still a lot of time to understand and know more about this great device. Now let's get to the part that is the most interesting part at the end, because that's the part that makes the Oculus Quest different from the Oculus Go and also from the Oculus Rift, and this is the inside-out tracking. So the new Guardian system will learn about your environment just scanning very fast. You just walk around, let the Oculus get its work done, and then it's gonna scan your room, and you're gonna be able to move wherever you want. It's also gonna scan the different objects inside the furniture and stuff, so it's very nice, and it's a very interesting thing. I tried many different things. I tried to occlude the cameras, I tried to put the controller behind my back, and I have to say that the tracking were really spot on, was very good. The only problem that I noticed when you have the controller right in front of you, so in the middle of the 4 cameras, it was like shaking a little bit. Now, they have still a lot of time to develop on that, they have still a lot of time to fix every problem, but really I think like the starting point right now for the demos were very good. I seen many bad tracking when at the beginning with Windows Mixed Reality, and with this one was just very good, completely enjoyable. The headset itself never lost the tracking, never drifting and stuff. When the controllers, sometimes maybe they were doing it, but I didn't really notice. What I was trying to do actually was really to try to close on the cameras, and if you have one, you can still have a good tracking without losing it. But of course, that's something that we have to try more and more when you're gonna be able to do it at home. Overall, the first experience on that is very, very positive, and I think that is a big step up from the Windows Mixed Reality platform, where having just 2 cameras limits a little the movement. Instead, here you can put it over your head, like behind, everywhere, like, and really, you always have the tracking over there, and I didn't notice any snapping of the controller back, as it always happens on the Windows Mixed Reality platform. Now let's talk about the stuff that actually interested me the most, because you know I like to kind of try everything that the technology I have, and that's the fact that we have a USB Type-C on the side. And that's very, very important, because with that Type-C we have enough bandwidth also for video to pass through. Now there's something that Oculus of course is not gonna push, because that will mean to like push out from the market the Oculus Rift. But it's something that probably some guy can do pretty easily, and maybe use the tracking, inside-out tracking, and you can just snap in your USB Type-C, connect it to the PC, and use your computer VR experience. That's something that I'm really hoping, because right now we have the best screen in there with the best lenses from Oculus, but we still have the bad lenses that we had with the Oculus Rift because of with all those God rays and stuff. So what would be the reasons to keep using the Oculus Rift at this point when you have an Oculus Quest that as visual is so much better, and you can use it maybe also connecting to your PC? Think about that. And talking about the controllers, they are very similar, as you can see, to the one of the Oculus Rift. The ring for the tracking will be on the top instead of on the bottom, and I think that is a really neat thing for a reason, because before you weren't able to actually open your hands with the Oculus Rift because you had the ring over here. Now your hands are totally free, and you know, you don't really need to snap out your thumb, but you have space enough if you don't have super big hands to do it. So the rings really, you don't even feel it, they are very balanced. The only problem that we still have with these controllers, like they're kind of short, so you never use your pinky for the grab, and that's a kind of a flaw in the design. I was hoping in something new, but now they want to keep everything, and they say that the keynote on the same generation, so they don't want to make too much different from one to the other, make everything comfortable, everything familiar, and that's the important thing, because as we've seen, they're the same exactly controller with the same trigger, the same feeling gripping button, we have the same thumbstick and the same buttons. The layout up there is a little different, as you can see, and I have to say that the thumbstick is a little smaller, but it's still very comfortable, and you're gonna be able to do the same gesture you were doing before and play pretty much in the same way. I was of course covered when I was playing with the device, of course. I was in virtual reality, so I wasn't able really to see anything on my controller, and I didn't have any problem clicking buttons or everything. Everything was exactly where I was imagining, where I'm used to see in the Oculus Rift. So here you have it, guys. Here you have all the information you need right now, all the information we know. I have to say that I'm really pumped by this announcement. I really believe in this product for a reason, because it's super easy to set up, and that's such an important thing, because not everybody is like me or you or all the other people that are here that are able to just use the computer as they want. But sometimes you just wanna pop in, as you do on the Oculus Go, and start to enjoy a game or enjoy some media stuff. So they're gonna start shipping these in spring at $399, and there's a great price point actually. It seems like it's gonna be the 64GB version. So you already have more memory than the one you had on the Oculus Go. It's a double price of course, but with that you also have the controllers and a totally different technology for tracking that is gonna be able to give you the PC-like experience. We don't know that yet, but pretty much PC-like experience also in a mobile device. But let me know, guys, what you think about the Oculus Quest. Do you like the name, first of all? Because I'm still saying Santa Cruz so many times, and I was so used to Santa Cruz that now saying Oculus Quest is a kind of weird. I'm trying to get used to, but it's taking some time. and I think really this is a great product and deserve a lot of attention. We don't have the super FOV that we've seen on the Star, on the Pimax and stuff. This is still the first generation for Oculus in VR, and they are developing a lot for the future. So I think this is a step in the right direction, because there's something in between the Go and the Rift right now that is filling a spot that wasn't covered, and with the Lenovo Mirage or with the HTC Vive Focus we didn't have this good experience because we don't have the tracking of the controller and stuff. Here you're gonna be able to move everywhere. People are gonna be able to use an arcade. You're gonna be able to go on a football field, run from the part of the other, and it's gonna be just awesome. Anyway guys, here we're done. This is the floor. I show you a little bit about it. There are not so many people anymore. We are the second day, but I'm really enjoying here. Some more video are gonna come about all the experience we had. We tried the Void, we tried everything. I met a lot of people. We have some very cool pictures, but that's it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and as always, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more about VR and tech in general, and I see you guys in the next video. Ciao!